Rasheeda explains why Spice attacked Jasmine during the show. Drama, passionate disputes, and unexpected events are all things that are common in the realm of reality television. Fans are aware that there are frequently personal conflicts and unsolved tensions behind the scenes that come out on TV. In the most recent episode of the reality series Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, Spice surprised the audience by confronting Jasmine, a new cast member, in person during a group event that was already uncomfortable. Everyone was shocked by the incident, and rumors about what caused the fight began to circulate swiftly. Rasheeda, a longtime star of the program and a close friend of both Spice and Jasmine, shares surprising information about what caused the incident in an exclusive interview. Rasheeda has always been candid about her connections with her other castmates. She gives viewers a glimpse into her personal life and the challenges of maintaining friendships in the tumultuous world of reality television. However, in this interview, she explains the deeper emotional reasons that caused Spice to strike out during what was meant to be a joyous event. An increasing amount of tension. Everyone knew that Spice and Jasmine had not been getting along since Jasmine first appeared on the show. Spice, who is known for her straightforward demeanor, was becoming more and more annoyed with Jasmine's behavior. On the other hand, Jasmine had been attempting to establish her own niche in the love and hip-hop realm. She was young, ambitious, and eager to make her mark, but at times she could come off as a bit too eager, often stomping on the toes of those who had already established themselves in the profession. Rasheeda took a sip of her drink and said, "Spice has been in this game for a long time. She has witnessed everything. After spending many years in this field, you develop an instinct for identifying people who are sincere and others who are only interested in being in the limelight." Rasheeda claims that Spice started to think that Jasmine was acting like a troublemaker and creating problems in order to obtain attention. Spice, who had always been a proponent of being true to oneself and treating people with respect, found it difficult to overlook what she perceived as Jasmine's efforts to discredit others for her own benefit. The breaking point. According to Rasheeda, the altercation was not caused by one single incident, but rather by a series of little clashes that accumulated over time. The most recent incident was a public quarrel between the two ladies at a charity event. Jasmine made some sharp comments regarding Spice's music career, implying that Spice was no longer relevant in the industry. Spice was both upset and angered by the comment, which seemed to come out of nowhere. Rasheeda laughed and remarked, "Spice is the real deal. She is not the kind of person who brags about her achievements or tries to show off. But when you touch a nerve, when you say something insulting like that, it cuts deep." Jasmine's comment on Spice's significance in the music industry seemed to suggest that Spice's contributions were no longer important, which made it sound dismissive. Spice had established a successful empire for herself, and even while her music may not have been at the top of the charts in recent years, she was still very well respected in the culture. Spice believed that the barb was a personal attack, and Rasheeda could tell that this was the type of thing that may cause someone to lose their temper. Spice's reaction to emotions. It was obvious that Spice had reached her breaking point when the incident took place during the group meeting. Viewers witnessed her storming up to Jasmine with strong body language and a high voice, indicating just how frustrated she was. At first, Jasmine attempted to dismiss it, possibly not realizing how much her remarks had affected Spice. However, when Spice's emotions reached a breaking point, Jasmine soon understood that she had gone too far. Rasheeda explains that, although Spice's actions may have appeared to be impulsive to the audience, they were actually the consequence of a long emotional buildup. Spice's reaction to Jasmine's rudeness was not simply a response to that one incident, it was also a reaction to a series of feelings that had gone unaddressed throughout their contacts. Spice is enthusiastic. She is very concerned about the things that are important to her. Rasheeda notes, "One thing she will not put up with is disrespect, particularly when it comes from someone who has not yet proven themselves. I believe that is what Jasmine was confused about. She believed that she could come in here, start slinging shade, and that others would just ignore it. However, Spice has experienced too much in this field to allow anyone to speak to her in that manner. The show compared to reality. Rasheeda emphasizes that the emotional impact of the scenario was much more than what was seen on television, even though viewers may have perceived the altercation as just another dramatic episode in the love and hip-hop franchise. She discusses how the constant scrutiny and pressure of being in the public spotlight can sometimes cause people to behave in ways that they would not otherwise. Rasheeda says, "The show is edited to make it look like we're just having these random blow-ups for no reason. However, they do not show the private conversations, the late-night phone calls, or the moments when people attempt to work out their problems before they explode on camera." Rasheeda recognizes that Spice's reaction was excessive, but it was also a part of the wider dynamic of feeling like she had to continuously defend herself and her legacy. Spice's criticisms were not limited to Jasmine. She was also frustrated with the way the show portrayed her and her constant effort to be relevant in an industry that frequently seems more focused in creating drama than in conveying meaningful tales. Rasheeda continues, "I am not trying to justify what happened. However, it is important for people to realize that being on reality television can be difficult. It is difficult to avoid reacting when you feel that your integrity is being questioned repeatedly, and you do not always have control over how you are portrayed." The consequences. After the fight, the cast and crew were all abuzz with anticipation about what would happen next in the days that followed. Will Spice and Jasmine make up? Would their feud be the defining feature of the season? Rasheeda explains that, regardless of how serious the situation was, both women were determined to resolve their problems. Rasheeda adds, "Spice has a lot of love for people who show her respect, and I believe that Jasmine just has to understand that respect is earned, not given. I am confident that Spice will be receptive to Jasmine's apology and her willingness to learn and grow. Both ladies have strong personalities, and they will need time to recover from this tragedy." Rasheeda points out that, although drama is unavoidable on reality television, the most important things are the real relationships and personal development that come out of it. The larger context. Rasheeda also discusses the broader topic of how women are represented in the media, especially in the context of reality television. She notes that women like Spice and Jasmine are frequently put in positions that might feel constraining, since producers and fans demand them to act in a particular manner in order to advance the story. Rasheeda points out that the industry loves a good villain, but they also love a redemption story. People forget that we are human beings. We are more than just characters in a show. We are capable of feeling true emotions, and at times we make errors. However, we also have the ability to change and develop. Rasheeda's statements serve as a reminder that, although spectators watch for the drama and entertainment, the reality behind the scenes is much more complicated. Spice and Jasmine are both on their own journeys, and even while their confrontation may have surprised the audience, it is not the conclusion of their story. It is simply another chapter. Final thoughts. Rasheeda's explanations on why Spice attacked Jasmine during the show give us a better grasp of the emotional tensions that drive the drama. The violent conflict was surprising, but it was the result of a long-standing tension between the two women. This tension was based on respect, self-worth, and the expectations of the entertainment industry. Although Spice's reaction was strong, it was a response to what she perceived as an attack on her legacy and integrity. As the season goes on, viewers will probably witness both ladies deal with the consequences of this explosive moment, and they may even start to understand each other better. Reality television is not just about dramatic moments, it is also about real people with real feelings. Sometimes those emotions are what leave the most impression on viewers.